Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Who the Hell Asked. I'm your host, Slade, along with my good friend Byron here.
Hey, it's been a while, but it was popping this week. Let's talk
Yeah,
about it.
let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and start with the video that came out today. We had one earlier this week for Sonic Frontiers, the new open world Sonic game.
That's right. So I'm gonna play a little bit of it with the audio muted. But yeah, IGN on June 1st, as part of their IGN First, showed off gameplay of Sonic Frontiers. We got the first world premiere gameplay, and people fucking hated it.
Yeah, so the first video, it was seeming they just kind of ran around and explored a bit, and I don't know whether or not the world just seems barren or they didn't do a good enough job showcasing the content the game is capable of. But long story short, it definitely was not presented in a flattering light.
Yeah, and
the combat trailer is not much better from my first reaction to it.
So this obviously looks like you've probably seen these before, Slade. The Sonic in like Unreal Engine or like the Zelda in
like
Unreal
the fan
Engine.
game stuff.
Yeah. And nothing against fan game stuff. It's great. It's just very funny, you know?
Yeah.
It's very funny. But yeah,
I'm still excited for the premise of the game. I think it might be a thing where it might just need more time in the oven.
Yeah, like
with more
in
stuff added.
Now, I don't know. I don't remember seeing it in the combat trailer, which we just watched before recording this episode. But in the world premiere gameplay, the pop-in was fucking ridiculous. There was so much pop-in. Like, and normally pop-in isn't like the biggest thing to complain about, but like when it's so noticeable, like, oh my god. But yeah, and we did get, as Slade said, the combat trailer. Yeah, we did get the combat trailer as well, and we saw Sonic fight this enemy with a bunch of robot eyes on it.
Yeah.
And we saw this big Goliath fight. Where you got to do circles to kill, and Slade was like, "Oh, it gets harder as you like defeat it more." And I'm like, "Yeah." But yeah, your thoughts on the combat gameplay?
Looks kind of underwhelming. I'm not quite sure how to describe it. It kind of reminded me of Sonic Booms, but like even less nuanced. Which Sonic Boom's combat was already bad. So, like, we're getting a slightly worse version of that. I don't know. It doesn't look good or very flattering.
I feel like they just like, I get why IGN is doing this, stretching out to like multiple different videos instead of one video. But I think one video with like everything in it might have done better for the general public.
Yeah, I am inclined to agree.
Because that world premiere gameplay... Yeah, that
definitely put the game in a very unflattering light.
Yeah. But yeah, it's concerning, because this will be the first Sonic game that has... The first new Sonic game, because Origins is coming out, and that actually does look good. But this will be the first new Sonic game that is released since the movies. Both of them. So this game, Slade, it needs to land. Or else Sonic, I think this is the closest Sonic could be to being in real trouble as a gaming IP.
I kind of disagree. I think Sonic has run into a lot. Let's say this game completely flops, right?
Yeah.
I think the Sonic franchise has been in much more dire situations than if this game were to flop because of the movie success.
Yeah, but like, in a way, this is also going to be like the game that probably has like the most eyes on it.
That's true, but I think the Sonic fandom has proven time and again that regardless of the product Sega puts out, people are still going to buy it.
Well,
I think Sonic 06 and Sonic Forces especially are testaments to that because those are both games that 100% should have killed the franchise at that given point. So, enough about Sonic. I'm still optimistic about, how good Frontiers could potentially be.
I just want to see more. I don't like from the stuff we've seen.
I'm with you. I just need to see more.
I can form an opinion like, this ain't looking good. Hashtag the poppin'.
Yeah, but again, that's just for me a small snippet of the game.
Yeah, but we've seen, but like, yeah, we just need more. Honestly, at this point, like more details, more stuff. I guess.
Yeah, let's talk about another game that we probably need to see a lot more on before coming to any conclusions. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet.
That's right. So, I believe 2 days ago, there was the Scarlet and Violet trailer. Yes, not the traditional like E3 Pokemon Presents, probably because this was like the only thing the Pokemon has that they could put in a Presents. But yeah, we got some new stuff. As you can see here, we got the legendaries, which they're looking a tiny bit phallic, but
well, somebody told me that the legendaries kind of reminded them of like motorcycles.
That's true.
I went back and looked at it, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I kind of see that.
Yeah, especially on the Scarlet legendary. Like, you can't tell me that's not like a fucking tire.
Yeah.
But we got okay, can we talk about this? We got the 2 new professors.
Yeah.
One of them is that fucking meme. That Chad meme. The big muscle dude, in black and white. If you've seen that meme around, the male professor, the Violet professor looks like the Chad meme.
That's actually the first I've even heard about that, but I kind of see it now.
And then, of course, people are they're horny over the Scarlet trainer. Let's meet the characters. Let's meet we have Professor Sada and Professor Turo. These are your 2 professors. Thoughts besides the revelation I just gave you.
I think it's interesting that Sada is wearing like a prehistoric outfit underneath the lab coat.
Yeah, and then Mr. Chad over here. No, he's Professor Chad.
And he's wearing like a futuristic outfit.
Yeah, so like
it's interesting how they're in such stark contrast to one another.
Yeah, like I guess we could see like something of like the past and the future or something.
I'm getting kind of vibes where like in this game the evil team, quote unquote, and the good team is going to be based on the version you play. And I feel like the professors are going to be involved in it somehow.
Yeah. Like, tell me, you know Pokemon more than I do. Is this the first time there have been version-exclusive professors?
Yes, that is correct. We have never had a Pokemon game where each version has their own professor.
Yeah, so that's really interesting, actually.
Yeah, it's fascinating to me.
Very fascinating. But guess what, Slade? We got new Pokemon.
Yes, we do. And I'm sure everybody here has seen one run around quite a bit with memes and stuff like that.
Yep.
So, 3 new Pokemon that aren't the legendaries. Palmy, Lechonk, and Smoliv.
When I saw the name for Lechonk, I fucking died laughing. I'm like, why? Why is this pig called Lechonk?
Well, Japanese, or not, sorry, Spanish for pig is legend, so
True. Yeah, and then we got
this works out quite well.
Yeah, we got small live, which is just a small olive. And then we got Palmy. Palmy is a electric type. So it's a mouse. It's a literal mouse. It's the Pikachu like.
That I was about to make the comment that it's probably the Pikachu of this game.
Yep. And then Lechonk is a normal type. A hog Pokemon. I think this is the first hog Pokemon we've gotten.
We have gotten a pig-based Pokemon in Tepig before.
Oh, Tepig. Okay.
So,
which gen was Tepig? Like 4?
Gen 5 is the
5.
starter. It evolves into Emboar.
Yep.
So.
And then Smoliv is a dual type, a grass normal type, which is interesting.
Yeah, that is actually an interesting type combination. So
I don't think that's one you see in like Pokemon very often, but yeah. And of course, we have our 2 legendaries, Koraidon and Miraidon, the Scarlet and Violet legendaries.
Like I was saying, they kind of remind me of motorcycles. So
they
I thought
do.
That was pretty cool. So let's talk about the news of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So a couple of things that were revealed to us. I'll start with the multiplayer. You can play up to 4 people at any time. It seems like you can move around and it's live.
Yeah. Pokemon multiplayer. That's interesting. A deep experience with multiplayer gameplay. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet allow multiplayer gameplay with up to 4 players. Along with series staples such as trading and battling Pokemon, you will be able to explore the various locations of the region in these games with other players. You can discover new Pokemon and explore unfamiliar areas with your friends and family, opening the door to an adventure more precious and fun than ever. Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah, so that's going to be really fascinating. I don't even think that was the biggest news of the, the whole video. I think there's a lot that you could be inferred based on seeing instead of like they directly say anything about. So the one thing I took away from this was it seems like encountering Pokemon is like it is in traditional Pokemon, like Sword, Shield, all the traditional Pokemon games.
Yeah.
It does not look like the catch mechanics of Pokemon Legends Arceus are making a return here.
Which, that's a little disappointing, for sure.
Yeah, because I felt like, maybe I'm crazy. I feel like the ability to catch Pokemon without entering into an encounter or a battle with them was super duper neat, and I was really hoping that was a feature that would stay.
Yeah, like, obviously, if you still want to battle the Pokemon, sure, but if you're good enough...
Yeah, you had the choice either way.
Yeah,
so...
like, even as an outsider to the Pokemon franchise, and seeing people stream and play Legends Arceus, that does seem like a really cool thing to have as an option. To be able to just, like, if you're good enough, and lucky enough, probably, you could just chuck a Pokeball, and if you get it, you get it. Like, I'm sad that's not in there, because that could create some interesting scenarios, but it's the mainline games. Maybe Gen 10. Who knows?
And last, and probably the largest news of the entire trailer, this will be a true open world Pokemon. You will be able to go anywhere and everywhere right from the get-go.
That's right, which that's also really interesting.
So that's probably the one thing that has me really interested, because if there's like gym battles and whatnot,
yeah,
I wonder if their difficulty will scale.
I would assume they'd have to. If it's open world, you can do anything anytime. Like, they should scale. If they don't scale, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's just kind of weird. But,
yeah, that'd be whack.
No, overall, I think this game's gonna be like super duper interesting. I'm actually excited to give it a shot.
Yep, and then November 18th is its release date. The typical week before Black Friday Pokemon release date. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that.
All right, so now let's get to the meat and potatoes of this episode. let's talk about that extremely stacked state of play from yesterday.
That's right. And we're just going to start off with what the state of play started off with. Confirmed. Resident Evil 4 Remake, March 24th, 2023.
So, obviously, the rumor mill's been churning about Resident Evil 4 Remake for the longest time, especially after the great successes there with the Resi 2 and Resi 3 Remake.
Yeah.
It was only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Even that being said, it looks really good.
It does. It's not as, like, campy as the original Resident Evil 4, but I don't think that's what this remake is going for.
Yeah.
It's trying to fit more in line with like Resi 2 remake, Resi 3 remake.
Yeah. So the thing about Resident Evil 4 that's going to be really interesting seeing it remade is I've always said Resident Evil 4 is the Final Fantasy 7 of the Resident Evil series. It's the game that kind of made the series, pretty mainstream popular and whatnot on the PS2, the GameCube, and I don't think it was on Xbox even, but the main thing is, at the time, people saw Resident Evil 4 as potentially the best game up till that point ever made. So,
yeah.
There's a lot of high expectations for this remake. I mean, and especially after they knocked Resi 2 and Resi 3 remakes out of the park.
Yeah.
As I said, the expectations are going to be absolutely massive. Like you said, coming out March next year in 2023. Can't wait. Let's stick with Capcom here. Let's talk about their other bombshell announcement, because if the Resi 4 remake wasn't already a crazy bombshell of an announcement, get everybody talking about your IP, then Street Fighter 6.
Okay, yeah.
That was definitely crazy. So, Byron, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so first off, LMAO, they changed the logo. Again.
Yeah.
If you don't know, previous episode, iCard should be there above. We talked about the original Street Fighter 6 logo and how it looked like a stock Adobe logo.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that anymore. I have to point that out first. I found that funny. Well, let's head on over, Slade, to the website where we have more information on what's to come. First off, it's cross-gen, which will be a little bit disappointing to some people.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. I guess that's something we could talk about. Sonic Forces also being on Switch being disappointing as well. But
yeah, but it's
back to Street Fighter. Back to Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So Street Fighter 6 is going to be kind of like crazy in terms of concept.
Yeah.
An open world fighting game. What? What the? I don't even know how to react to this.
Yeah.
It's just so weird.
Before I get my thoughts, let's read what is Slade even talking about? So it's the World Tour mode. It was the first, I believe, the first thing they showcased for Street Fighter 6. It is a immersive, quote, immersive single-player story mode. This is a completely new experience that defies genre labels. Carve out your own legend on the streets. Look for more news on World Tour in the future. Yeah, it's a single-player genre label defying mode. Like, huh? What the fuck?
You know what this reminds me of? When I don't know if you played Mortal Kombat, Byron.
I've seen Mortal Kombat, yeah.
There's a PS2 Mortal Kombat game. I think it's it might be Mortal Kombat Armageddon that I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Where basically you run around as this character in an open world.
Yeah.
And you learn moves from all the Mortal Kombat characters in the entire franchise. It's probably not Armageddon. It's probably something else I'm thinking of. No, I'm sorry. It's Mortal Kombat Deception.
Oh, Deception.
Mortal Kombat Deception's the one I'm thinking of.
Okay.
And I imagine this is going to be a kind of similar thing where you're running around and exploring the overworld. And it seems you create a custom character that's going to be able to use moves from other characters in the franchise. Because the guy was throwing out Shoryukens.
Yeah.
So
That'll be cool to be able to have like a customizable character.
yeah, but that being said, I just thought that's actually crazy.
Yeah.
I never, out of all the genres and all the franchises, chasing the open world craze. Street Fighter was not on my bingo list.
Never. Like, obviously, we just talked about it. Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, you wouldn't think he'd have like a 3D open world game. He's got it.
Understand that there's lots of fan fucking games and Unreal Engine videos where they showcase large sandboxes.
True. But
so
like,
you could make the argument for Sonic, like, okay, well, this is clearly what the fans want.
But fucking Street Fighter.
Yeah. My mind was blown when I saw this. I was like, I think that was the craziest reveal of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not even like a Street Fighter fan.
Yeah, same. Like, I've played a couple of the Street Fighter games, but like, damn. So we got the Battle Hub, which will be the ultimate place for players to seek out friendly rivalries. This, I don't know, like, I might be wrong on my, like, gut feeling to this. This feels like something out of, like, Dragon Ball Fighter Z or, like, Guilty Gear Strive.
Well, yeah, it's just, like, fighter lobbies, but you could, like,
move
run around in 3D. Yeah. And it's nothing new to fighting games.
Yeah, and we did get confirmation that this will be a paid game. If you remember back, God knows how many episodes ago, I theorized that Street Fighter 6 could potentially be a free-to-play fighting game.
Yes.
So take that theory out in the back and shoot it, because it's dead. This will be more than likely a $70 game.
Yeah, as I said, I think at the time, and I still believe this to an extent, a lot of fighting games are kind of moving to a free-to-play model. I mean, Multiversus is one example of that. But you're also seeing other examples like the Riot Games, League of Legends fighting game that's going to come out and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think this is more a testament to the single-player World Tour content they added. That's where people are kind of getting their money's worth for this game.
Yeah.
But overall, I still think the future of fighting games is still moving in a free-to-play direction.
Yeah.
So...
and one last thing, obviously, we saw some characters here. We saw Ryu and Luke, like in the first trailer, but we also got a look at new character Jamie. At least I think it's a new character, Jamie. And we also saw Chun-Li. So,
like I said, I get and I could be wrong, but the character that was walking around World Tour, I think that it's a custom character.
I think so too. We could.
It could be just a new original character, but
yeah,
don't really know. So let's talk about the other reveals.
So before Slade went swap on me, going straight to Street Fighter. There were some VR stuff announced for Resident Evil. Resi 4 Remake will get some PS VR2 content, as well as Resident Evil 8 will get some VR content. Walking Dead is going to get some VR content. And we saw a little more about Horizon Call of the Mountain, which looks interesting. But we didn't just get that, Slade. No. Let's head on over to the PS blog, because we actually got something from a not VR first-party Sony game, didn't we? We got an update for Horizon Forbidden West.
That's correct. So Horizon Forbidden West is getting a free expansion. I guess expansion is the wrong word. It's getting an update that adds New Game Plus and an ultra hard difficulty.
Yes.
New Game Plus obviously comes with a lot of quality of life features, like being able to reskill your entire skill tree and like all sorts of stuff. It kind of reminds me of like Kingdom Hearts 3 when they added New Game Plus and Critical Mode to it.
Yeah.
So, kind of interesting. It feels like a lot of games are adding New Game Plus after their games release that it's like coming out with. So,
yeah.
Interesting stuff overall.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Horizon fans are pretty happy overall.
Yeah. I will still say, like, it feels like Horizon has been forgotten about. But that's because of freaking Elden Ring.
Oh, yeah. Elden Ring has been king of this year so far. I think that's probably going to continue all the way to the Game Awards. I think at this point, God of War Ragnarok's probably delayed like Breath of the Wild 2 is. So I guess 2023 is the new 2022 in that regards.
But we did get something very exciting for a lot of people for 2022. And that's Spider-Man Remastered coming to Steam
That's right. Spider-Man coming to PC in general, but also it being on Steam is just absolutely fantastic. I am actually going to get it myself. I can't wait. Spider-Man is an extremely good game, and I hope this also means we see Miles Morales as well. But
I feel like we'll see that down the road. Not anytime like soon, but like I do feel like we will see it at some point. Yeah. Maybe around the release of Spider-Man 2. Who knows?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But something else Slade is fucking excited for. Stray.
Yeah, that's right. A Stray cat video 3D platformer.
Yeah. Like,
yeah,
it's not.
I don't know why, but that looked super fun, and I actually want to try it.
It's not cartoony. It's realistic looking. That's what's throwing me off.
Yeah, you're literally playing as a stray cat.
Yeah, and it's coming out actually relatively soon on PS5. It's coming out July 19th for PS5 and PS4.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at reviews for the game because that actually looks like super duper sick. So, last tidbit of news we got from the State of Play. Well, I guess we should toss this in. They also showed off Tunic, which I think we've talked about previously on the channel. It's a nice little indie game that gives you a Link to the Past that has Zelda 1 vibes.
Yep, that will be ending its Xbox exclusivity. Oh yeah, Slade, you're forgetting about the roller shooter. Roller Drome.
Yeah, the roller shooter of Roller Drome.
Yep, Roller Drome. We got that interesting art style to say the least.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty fascinating game. And then to wrap up the State of Play, we got Final Fantasy 16.
Yep.
Which looks fantastic. I need to see a lot more in terms of like combat and how like the gameplay loop is going to be, but overall that game's probably got droves of fans just excited to get every tidbit of news they can get for it.
Absolutely. So, and we do have one tidbit. It's coming in the summer of next year.
That is correct. Of next year.
Next
year.
Yep, yeah, not this year.
2023 is the new 2022.
Yeah. Goddamn, it feels like I'm going to be so wrong. When I went earlier this year, I was like, yeah, these are the games that will be part of the 2022 Game of the Year nominees. I'm looking like a freaking fool now for that. But yeah, overall, this State of Play was the best non-game specific State of Play PlayStation has ever had. And they had literally like 2 non-VR first party announcements.
Yeah, which to me that blows my mind just how crazy this State of Play is compared to what we've got before.
Well, yeah, usually the non-game specific State of Plays aren't exactly great. Like they're like indie worlds in a way, where you get a few games you're looking forward to, and it's like, that could be fine, but it's not like what I think me and many other people thought Sony would do with their State of Plays, make them the Nintendo Directs of PlayStation.
Oh, yeah.
And one last tidbit, we didn't get any more information on the PSVR 2 itself. I just want to put that out there. That's funny.
Absolutely not. Just game reveals for it.
Yeah.
But
and speaking
let's get into our last bit of news and talking about game reveals. I'm sure Byron was transitioning.
Yeah, I was going to. Yeah, speaking of game
we
reveals.
got the list of Summer Games Fest 2022 partners.
That's right. We have quite the heavy hitters, including like 2K, Activision, Atlas, Bandai Namco, Capcom, EA, Epic Games, Mediatonic, Netflix, Sega, Studio MDHR, PlayStation, Square Enix, Steam, Warner Brothers, Xbox, and many more developers. And publishers.
Yeah, so definitely stay tuned for that. I was debating on whether or not, based on having these developers here, if we wanted to do any form of predictions or not.
We could throw a few out here, I guess, if
because
we're feeling it.
This is a pretty stacked list overall. Obviously, with Mediatonic and MiHoYo, obviously that's Fall Guys and fucking
Genshin Impact. Yeah,
so we know they're a staple of Summer Games Fest at this point.
And we probably maybe there'll be a few new like details, but like last episode we pretty much covered probably what Mediatonic will be talking about it at a Summer Game Fest with the new launch of Fall Guys Free for All, aka free to play. What will PlayStation bring? Let's talk about them real quick. What will PlayStation bring to this?
I thought that was fascinating that they had a State of Play. And this is a week before Summer Games Fest.
Well, okay, technically the State of Play was like under the Summer Game Fest branding, which is interesting.
Well, that just might be it then.
Maybe that is.
Because I thought Summer Games Fest didn't officially start till next week.
No, technically it started yesterday.
Well then, in that case, PlayStation predictions of Final Fantasy 16, Resi 4, yeah.
Okay, Square. We got one announcement from Square in regards to Final Fantasy. Do you think they bring anything else?
Yes, Square, from my previous experience with Summer Games Fest, loves to litter every presentation with their announcements, sometimes to a fault.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think this is not the last we've seen of Square. I definitely suspect that we're going to see Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 at some point in the next month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be during their large presentation where they kick off their Summer Games Fest, or if it's going to be like its own presentation and announcement sometime later in.
Yeah. Seeing Studio MDHR makes me think we're getting more info on that Cuphead DLC finally.
Yeah, I think we get a release date.
Yep. Warner Bros. We could see more Harry Potter, but my gut says our favorite new game to cover, Multiverses.
That's right. I think maybe it's Harry Potter, but I think we get another character dropper reveal in Multiverses.
Wait, maybe we get Harry Potter in Multiverses.
No. Okay, Byron, based on your prediction before, I'm going to go in on this. I think they reveal LeBron James.
No fucking... If they do...
In Multiverses. He's the next character.
He's the next character. That would be quite the reveal to have at Summer Game Fest.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it's my, like, long shot prediction. We'll see what they bring for Warner Brothers, and obviously Capcom. Maybe we'll get the Street Fighter trailer again.
Again, yeah.
Atlas is interesting, considering it's Persona's 30th anniversary this year.
Yeah, so we're just going off the Summer Games Fest, like branding and labeling and whatnot.
Yeah.
So what we have gotten previously from Atlas at these events
has been fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Merchandise. Anime.
Not entirely true. The time frame for reveals were Persona 5 Dancing Starlight.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Shortly before last year's Summer Games Fest, and this was more an April thing, we got the reveal of Persona 4 Golden.
Oh, that was part of the 30th?
No, it was in April, but I think Atlas has like a release window of news that they reveal between April and June.
Yeah.
That I think they're going with Summer Games Fest this year because they were already announcing something within this window anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think this is Persona 6 or Shin Megami Tensei 6 per se.
I love how both series are on 6 right now.
I think this is going to be another spinoff. Well, it's funny that Persona kind of caught up with Shin Megami Tensei because it became the main series.
Yeah.
It was more popular. Shin Megami Tensei is the spinoff.
Yeah.
Now.
Obviously, for Sega, we're probably going to get more Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah, I think Sonic Frontiers is going to litter.
Unless Sonic Frontiers is like IGN exclusive somehow, which is possible. That would be wild. But
especially after it's been portrayed in such an unflattering light, I sincerely doubt it.
Yeah. Xbox. Xbox is very interesting because guess what? The next episode after our Summer Game Fest episode is going to be the Xbox episode. Which their
I'm
event.
Thinking we might have to do 2 episodes next week in Byron.
No, we definitely are, for sure. But, like, what do you think Xbox brings here as, like, an appetizer, I guess, for their event, like, 3 or 4 days later?
Because this Xbox and Bethesda's game showcase, I imagine we're going to see Elder Scrolls. People have been wondering where the hell that game has been.
Do you think they give it here? At Summer Game Fest?
Well, Microsoft has their own presentation that's under the same the
True
Microsoft and Bethesda game showcase.
True. Okay, well then here's the question. Do they bring anything to Keighley's show?
Probably not. I think they're gonna do the majority of their own announcements under their own
umbrella
showcase. Yeah, under their own umbrella. Summer Games Fest is going to be restreaming the event and whatnot. I think it's like the Microsoft thing happens and then the Summer Games Fest kickoff happens or something.
No, it's the inverse. Summer Game Fest happens first.
Yeah, it's like they're like within a day of each other, aren't they?
It's like it's the 9th for the Summer Game Fest live. It is the 12th, I believe.
Okay, so it's 3 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, I imagine the majority of Microsoft stuff is going to be saved for Microsoft. Maybe we get some sort of teaser, like for one game shown off during the Summer Games Fest kickoff.
Yeah.
But I definitely think the majority of the Xbox content is going to stay within their showcase.
And then, do you have any other predictions for any of these other companies, or?
No, honestly. As I said, we'll probably go more into it next week.
Yeah, when the event happens. Yeah.
Yeah. But, no, I'm just excited. I think this is going to be, great. We're already rating pretty high on the games currently announced for next year and unreleased. I imagine that's going to reach a fever pitch after the Summer Games Fest because...
Yep.
And like I said, we all thought 2022 was going to be the most stacked year in gaming history. But more than 3/4 of those games got delayed into next year. On top of other announcements we're getting, so...
Yeah.
2022 is the year of Elden Ring. 2023 is the year of holy fucking shit. I don't have enough money to buy all these games.
2023 is going to be what we thought this year was going to be.
Yes.
But yeah,
2023 is the new 2022.
So unless Nintendo pops up with, like, out of their mole hole, like, hey, we have a Nintendo Direct in a few days. Unless that happens, which in that event, we'll have a Direct predictions video, and then we'll have a video on the Direct. But other than that, expect the next episode, probably Thursday night, Friday morning, probably.
Yeah, probably Friday morning.
Yep.
But anyways, this has been Slade.
And this has been Byron. We'll see you all next week for Summer Game Fest. Bye-bye.